What is the, so can you say something about the objectivist view of values? Because Ayn Rand talks about the fact that man has a nature, and what values are to us, well, depends on our nature. Like I can't have poison as a value to me because that would kill me. So what does it look like? So what's this connection between man's nature and values in objectivism? And what does it look like to pursue values in objectivism in a way that is not just the development of my character? Because,
yeah, so I mean, objectivism would agree with the idea that there's some level of abstraction at which you could say objectivism agrees that you should live in accordance with nature, right? Because if you live in contradiction to nature, in contradiction to the nature of the universe, in contradiction to your own human nature, in contradiction to the nature of reason, in contradiction to the nature of the objects you have to deal with, you're set yourself up for failure. So at some level of abstraction, sure. But then a lot depends on what is the nature of nature? And what is human nature? And what is the nature of reason? And what is the nature of values? And you can answer those questions in all sorts of different ways. And so the similarity then just becomes kind of meaningless. If I say follow the good, and you think the good means, wipe out race X, and I think the good means pursuing your life in a rational way, you can say, well, both agree with pursuing the goods. There's a similarity. It's like, well, that doesn't go for very far. So objectivism, unlike Stoicism, roots values in the nature and the requirements of human life. So the whole reason the issue of values, the things that are good, the things that are bad, the things that you want to go after, the things you want to avoid, the only reason that comes up in life in general is because human beings are living organisms. So we face a constant alternative throughout our lives between life and death, pleasure and pain, joy and suffering, and these are just aspects of life and death. And what you want to do is find the things that actually sustain and advance your life, and then avoid, shun, maybe condemn the things that hinder, damage, destroy life. And so when you're trying to think about what's a rational value orientation is, think about the things that actually sustain and advance your life and work to achieve them. Have a lot of them in your life, right? I save a lot of time. I'm more productive because of I have computing technology. I mean, I got a laptop, I got a smartphone, and just this helps me be more productive. And being productive like that helps me earn a salary, which helps me sustain my life, which helps me save a lot of time. I can buy a car, right? Because I can get from point A to point B pretty quickly, not 3 months, but I can get there in an hour. There's also, and I think I can afford like medical care. You think all of these things that mean something to your life. It's find the things that advance and sustain your life and go after them, pursue them, attain them, enjoy them, keep them, right? And whereas from the Stoic perspective, no, life is not the standard of value. Nature's ordering is the standard of value. So the way nature/God has set things up, you look to that, and you think of yourself as having a duty to adhere to whatever you can sort of read off of nature as demanding of you. And how they think about this, again, it goes back to the idea it's accommodation with God's will, in effect, and getting your character in a state that sustains and supports that. Fit into the world, into the place where God has fitted you, in effect, and don't complain. I mean, much more than this kind of thing. I think that's the way to sort of distill it.